Hello, this is Talking Hands. Just want to do a quick video on a 2-year ownership review of the 2022 Ford Maverick, and also I'm going to go over things I like, obviously things I don't like, and all the customizations that I either bought or had done myself to the vehicle. Well, hope you enjoy it. I guess let's start off with the things I like about it. The first thing that people think about when they think about the Ford Maverick is the size. It is a small truck. It's a little bit smaller than the other, what used to be small trucks are now mid-sized trucks, things like the Tacoma, things like that. So it's slightly smaller than that. It's a unibody truck, kind of similar to the Honda Ridgeline, but it's actually smaller than the Ridgeline as well. The only competitor really that's kind of the same size is the Hyundai Santa Cruz. Right now, I think in America at least, I'm sure other countries they have other small trucks as well. That aspect, I actually, is one reason why I was interested in it. I've driven a full size truck before. I had a F-150 Lariat crew cab, and I mean it was a beautiful truck and I loved it. But it looks big and it felt big. It had a lot of weight around it. Driving it around just kind of felt like there was a lot of momentum, a lot of inertia that you have to defeat before you can get it going, things like that. And not to mention the gas mileage was insanely bad on it. So it driving like a crossover SUV is definitely an improvement. And the gas mileage that I get on this is better than the Ford Edge, but it's not as good as what a lot of reviewers have said online. I remember seeing reviews claiming that they're getting an average of around 26 miles per gallon with this engine, but I'm getting more around 20 to 22. And I think either it's just the driving style. I do mostly city driving now. The last 2 years, before with the Edge, I was putting about 30,000 miles every year. With this, I've only put about 30,000 miles in the last 2 years. So, yeah, I guess the combination of me working a lot closer and not going on as many road trips has, really greatly decreased the amount of highway driving I've been doing. So that definitely impacted my average gas mileage. And also, I live in South Florida, so here it's basically an endless summer. So my AC is just blasting at full blast the entire time I'm driving, pretty much all year round, with maybe like a break of a few weeks where it's, quote unquote winter here in this never ending summer place of South Florida. So yeah, I guess those things would kind of cause my gas mileage to be a little bit lower than what some other people might experience with this vehicle. But I'm not, doubting what they're saying. Like I said, between my mostly city driving and the AC always blasting and my lead foot, let me kind of admit to that also. Like I said before, I'm very impatient, so that definitely impacts the gas mileage a lot. Another thing I like about it is the utility of it. Well, I actually do really like the styling. It's mostly made with function over form, which is something I appreciate. There's one weird thing some companies do with their trucks, and that's putting a slant on the sides of the bed. The old Honda Ridgeline did that, but from what I know, they did that to make the truck more rigid since it's unibody and didn't have a frame. But since then, materials construction methods have improved, and they no longer needed that extra body paneling, which is why the newer Ridgelines did away with it. The reason why I don't like it is because it makes it so it's harder to load large heavy objects over the side of the bed, so it kind of takes away some of the utility of it. Now, some trucks do this not out of necessity like the Ridgeline, but because they think it makes it look cooler, I guess. Like the Chevy Avalanche did it, and now the Maverick's other competitor, the Hyundai Santa Cruz, does it. That's an automatic no for me, and when I see that, so I'm glad Ford made a Maverick more like a traditional truck, and I really like the cleaner, more simple look as well. Now for things I don't really like. First thing I just really dislike about it is the bass audio system. I didn't want to get the Lugs package because I honestly didn't want all the extra electronics that came with it. I like to keep things simple, but the one area where keeping the bass electronics was disappointing for me is the stock speakers are just total trash. Like my Edge was a base model vehicle as well, but the sound system was at least still kind of passable. I also don't like how narrow the tires are. I wish they put slightly wider tires on it. I don't like how the front seats do not recline all the way back. My Edge, the seats would recline all the way until it hit the back seats. It made it fairly comfortable to sleep in it if I needed to, but not so much the Maverick. And lastly, I wish it had a dedicated turn signal in the rear instead of using the brake lights as the turn signal. I know this sounds like a nitpick, but I've always preferred that. But my old Edge was the same, so I guess at least I didn't move backwards there, just more the same. Now for the things I've modified on my Maverick. So for the model year 2024, Ford introduced something called the Black Appearance Package. One of the things I didn't like about the design of the original Maverick was the chrome plastic in the headlights and taillights. The Black Appearance Package basically blacks out the chrome trim pieces in lights not used to project the lights themselves. I love this look, so I decided to make them myself. What I did was bake my headlights in the oven to soften the glue holding the housing together, then took it apart. Once apart, I used some ZEP concentrated degreaser to get rid of the chrome plating of the inner trim piece. The taillights were significantly simpler, didn't need to open them up at all. But the end result is basically what they include with the Black Appearance Package. But I actually like what I did more, since the Black Appearance Package would have also made the accent bar in the front grille black and the wheels black as well. I like my accent bar and wheels matching the color of the rest of the vehicle, so I feel like I have the best of both worlds. Along with the same blackout theme, I also replaced all of the lug nuts with black lug nuts and got black aluminum valve stem caps. Of course, I got my die-cut vinyl American flags, one on each side. Covering the bed, I have a trifold tonneau cover made by Gator. And on top, the Stubby Junior antenna by CravenSpeed. And all the way in the back, I have a black cover to cover up the extra chrome around the Ford logo and some decals for the Maverick on the tailgate. And what isn't shown is the bed itself has the optional spray-in bed liner from Ford. And onto the inside, we have a cup holder expander to hold large cups or bottles, some decorative caps for the knobs, and an air vent phone holder. I didn't get the optional built-in wireless charger, and someone has recommended not using the car's USB input for regular everyday charging, so I used this instead. I like this one. It has regular charging and also quick charge, and the housing is actually aluminum instead of plastic, so it has a nice premium feel to it. I don't fully understand the way car headrests are usually designed. The Maverick isn't so bad, but some of them, the headrest is really angled forward at the top, leaving no support at all for your neck. I find this neck support pillow is a must-have for long drives. Now for extra organization, I got this simple glove box organizer that basically just sits in there and divides it up, allowing you to easily stack things on 2 levels. And to expand the usefulness of that little space on the dash just behind the touchscreen, I got this dashboard organizer tray. And I cut up one of those sticky mats to keep my turnpike transponder from sliding around. It never stays stuck on the windshield long with those little suction cups, so I just keep it on my dashboard. I got one of these hanging within easy reach. It's a 2-in-1 seatbelt cutter and glass breaker. It has a spring-loaded glass breaker, so it's easier to use and smaller than a hammer, and won't require space to swing like a glass breaking hammer would require. You simply push that black end on the glass and it'll shoot out a metal glass breaker into the glass. And I feel this is a necessity for everyone. I have a front rear dash cam by Thinkware. When shopping for a dash cam, make sure you get one that uses a supercapacitor and not a lithium-ion battery if you live somewhere hot, because constant exposure to heat could cause lithium-ion batteries to fail or worse, have a thermal runaway where it can catch fire or even explode. But having a dash cam can save you from liars if you get into an accident, or this one can even record when it detects motion while your car is parked. Going back to the stock speakers I said I didn't like, I bought a pair of Kenwood 6 3/4 inch speakers to replace them from Crutchfield. I highly recommend not only the speakers but getting them from Crutchfield, because they will include the wiring harness and mounting bracket that will work for the Maverick. Made installation super simple, no wiring, splicing or anything required. The speakers I bought don't cost all that much, but the sound difference is worth $1 million. I got the optional WeatherTech custom floor mats, definitely worth the price. They fit perfectly and will intercept all that dirt, mud, and water from your shoes before they stain up your carpeting. For whatever reason, Ford decided to only put a pocket behind the passenger seat, not the driver's seat. So while looking for something I can add to the seat back, I found these that not only do they have pouches on the bottom for random stuff, but they also come with MOLLE webbing, so I can add pouches or any accessory that is compatible with MOLLE if I want to. And of course an area on top to attach morale patches. Last but not least, I got this car seat organizer for things like food items or small grocery items that you don't want rolling onto the ground when you hit the brakes. The front has a pocket for a tissue paper box or just all the random paper napkins I usually keep for my car when I need them. It's actually super handy and I recommend you guys get one of these. One thing I also did, in case you didn't notice in the video, was tint my front windows and the windshield. I opted for the ceramic ones to get the maximum UVA and UVB protection. It definitely has helped a lot with the temperature inside the truck driving around South Florida heat. Plus it looks super nice from the outside. And that's it for my quick 2-year ownership review of the 2022 Ford Maverick and my list of upgrades and accessories for it. Overall, really love this little truck. I took a chance placing the order for a brand new model, but I don't at all regret it. I really enjoyed tinkering with everything and making the Maverick my own. If you're looking for something that will give you a lot of utility without being a giant gas guzzling truck, I say you can't go wrong with a Ford Maverick. Also, I'm glad I got the first iteration of it because I'm not really a fan of the cosmetic changes they did to the 2025 model year. But they did finally add all-wheel drive to the hybrid drivetrain, which should make a lot of people happy. I hope my list of upgrades and accessories have given you good inspiration for how you would want to customize your ride. I have everything linked in the description, and please note that all the Amazon links are affiliate links. It won't cost you any more to use them, but will help me out a little bit. My channel is way too small and I don't have enough views for any of my videos to be monetized. So I hope you enjoy the video because I have to tell you, it's quite a pain to edit these things. And I hope you enjoyed the background music. All original cello composition by the beautiful and talented Ari Forda. I will link to her channel. Please go give her channel some love. She's very underappreciated. Please comment below what you liked or didn't like about my customizations, or what you think I should do. Do you own a Ford Maverick? Love it or hate it? Let me know in the comments. And help me out by liking this video if you liked it. But that's it. Thank you for watching.